How's it going, everybody? Overpoweredyeti here, and today we're going to be talking about the things that you need to know, things that are going to help you in your gaming experience, things that are going to help you so you do not mess up, so you don't have to go back all the way to save 1 when you just put 50 hours into the game like I did. Hopefully this will help you so that does not happen. So one really big thing that you need to know is your ability points. When you make a character, they cannot be reset. You cannot reset them. So picking a build at the very beginning is very important, and to help you in the long run. Knowing which ones to use, which ones to fill up all the way, which ones not to fill up all the way. Very helpful. You cannot change your attribute points. You can change your perk points. You can have your perk points reset. If you go to any Ripper dock and then go into the trade menu, you can actually pick up this legendary shard. The shard costs 100,000 eddies. Yes, very expensive, but very useful. With the shard, you can switch out your perk points, which is great. You have a bunch of them set up, or you spec into the wrong thing, or like how I built into body for melee. You could also perk them out when you're like, okay, I don't want to use melee right now, I want to use shotgun. All right, cool. You can use your perk points, take them all off from the brawling stuff that you had in the tree, and then put it into annihilation. Having different options through your builds is also very great, but knowing which ones to use at the very beginning is going to be the key. Another thing that I did not know, and I spent a lot of time at the very beginning, as soon as I got done with the heist mission, I went straight into finding legendaries. That's all I saw on YouTube were other people going and finding all these cool legendary gear. Well, the one thing I did not know with all this legendary gear, that you could reset the legendary gear. I was like, oh cool, legendary cool gear, pick it up, great. Now I'm wearing this legendary gear. Yes, the armor can be fixed or upgraded, but the one thing that cannot be upgraded is your slots. So certain gear have certain amount of slots. Jacket and shirts, those can have up to 4 slots in them. But everything else, head, face, legs, and shoes, they can have a max of 3. So the best way to make sure you have the most mod slots in each item is you are going to save the game. You're going to save the game at your last spot right before you pick up the item, and then you can jump back into it, check and see, oh, is it different? Great, it's different. Is it the one with the most mod slots that we need or not? I just wanted to show you how this works from all the way back to where I was at the beginning at the car and going all the way up, but you can actually save it right in front of it. If there's no enemies around you, you can actually just save it right in front of it before you pick it up, load into the last one, try again, just keep trying that, keep going back and forth. It's a little slower in other consoles. I was using it on PC, my laptop, it was fine, it was pretty quick. Do this a couple times and you'll be able to get all the slots that you want. It took me a little while. I think it took me like 10 tries and I was able to finally get it. It didn't take too many. But I didn't worry about the armor or anything like that. I worried about just how many mod slots. And that's kind of the same way you can use with weapons as well. Depending on what weapon you have, you can actually set for that weapon. There's certain abilities that are random in the weapons. There's certain mod slots that are random with the weapon. So you can just keep doing that until you get the right weapon. And depending on what armor it is, not just a legendary, if you come up to an epic piece of gear, you can actually have a better chance to get more mod slots, or it might go to a legendary depending on what item it actually is. I ended up doing that with the headpiece. I was able to keep resetting, and I finally got a legendary that I wanted. And I got 3. So just be cautious about that. This is one thing that I didn't know until late game, and I already had all the gear that I thought looked really cool and it was really good for my build. It's not that I couldn't use the gear, it's just that it wasn't optimized to the best that it could be. I didn't have all the armor slots in it or any of the other mods that I wanted to put into it because I didn't have the mod slots themselves. So very important. Main thing from this is keep resetting it, save, reset, save, reset, save, reset. So just make sure that for the shirt and jacket it's 4, everything else is 3 for the mod slots. Go until you get all those, and then the actual armor pieces you can level up later. Another thing that I did not know was the vendors, whether it be a clothing vendor or whether it be a weapon vendor, but you can get certain things from each one, and I thought it was just one set and then that's it. I didn't know that you could skip time. You try skipping time when you're right next to them, it doesn't work. Sometimes you have to leave the shop, depending on where there are a couple of vendors that are like on the streets, and you can actually just go ahead and keep resetting right there without having to go back and forth, so you save a little bit of time there, but it actually changes it. It's got a certain amount of gear. Usually it's the same type of gear, but it can change color. It can have more mod slots. It can have better armor. It can also have different mods in them as well that could be randomized. So if there's one that you're looking for, you can just get a crafting thing for it or actually get the mod, or maybe a piece of armor actually has that mod in it and you can just break it down and get that mod slot if you have the right perk in your technical crafting ability. That's one thing I didn't know about the vendors, is that it's that easy to do. All you have to do is just go back, hit start, rest for your 24 hours, and then just keep going until you get the right thing. And a lot of people are doing this for different crafting things or just different looks that they're trying to go for and get it to the highest ability or highest mod slots for that piece. Another thing that you can do is actually you can do a mission, and what it does is it gives you this painting. And when you go through the mission, you get this painting. This painting costs 4,000 if you sell it. And then pretty much what you do is you jump out of the vendor, go back into the vendor, and you can buy it back for 5. Selling it again, doing that until the vendor is completely empty, reset the whole entire thing for 24 hours, bam, their money back, their 20 eddies is now back. And then they just kept doing that over and 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 over. Well, that is great. That still was pretty fast. It still took a little bit of time. And then they actually found out the duplication mod. And with the duplication mod, what you could do is you could, depending on what system you're using, but pretty much you want to hit going into the vendor and your menu bar. So like your select start, your load, your save, whatever button that is, and whatever to get in the vendor. You want to push those at the exact same time. When you push those at the exact same time, you're going to get kind of a bugged screen. It gets a little transparent so you can see the back as well. So you see both. You see your menu, but then you also see the vendor as well. You just keep clicking until you get tired. Pretty much is what happens here. You're just going to keep clicking on it. I just like getting 5, so I don't have way too many. You can do a bunch later and other things if you want to sell them and then buy them back. Pretty much just do 5. And instead of doing the 1 by 1, sell back, sell back, sell back, sell back, you'll just, after this duplication mod is done, just do 5. We're going to sell 5 to the vendor, back out, jump back in. We're going to grab those 5 for the 25 eddies, wait 24 hours, and then rinse and repeat. Just keep doing that until you have a couple mil and then you're set. Depending on what you want to do, you want to just get enough to be okay. Do you want to do it so you get every gun in the game, every mod in the game, every car in the game, whatever it may be? You can just do it until you're done. Don't know if they're going to patch this or not. They obviously know about this bug, but they haven't fixed it yet. Go ahead, jump in, snag it if you want to do it. It's up to you. Definitely at the early stages of the game, it was very helpful to get this, but you could only do this mission after the heist. I don't know if I said that. You could do this mission after the heist. You can't do it before that. You can do it after the heist. You can jump into it and actually get this money. Before that, you either need to hurry up and run through and get to the heist, or there's other options that you can do to make money. It's just not going to be as fast as this way. So far, for what I know, this is the fastest way besides a actual true mod into your system where you just get unlimited money. That I did not know. That late game definitely helped me out to get a lot of the things, especially a lot of the vehicles and cars and weapons and fiber mods to help me just blow through the whole entire game. Saving a lot, making multiple save points is a big thing. In my second run, I started using it a lot more. Save points is crazy how many times I did not save and had to go back 20 hours to restart it. Do a save. If you're afraid of something, if you want to switch it out, if you just want to have it so that it's there, having multiple saves is a big thing to learn and to get set up and to do, especially if you do something cool that worked and then you keep going a little further and oh no, that didn't work, oh that happened, or a bug or whatever it may be. If you miss something, you don't have to go back 20 hours to fix it. Because that's what happened to me. I was trying to get all the weapons for the wall in V's apartment, and what ended up happening was I went to a mission a long time ago, early stages of the game, and something didn't drop. And I didn't know about it because I wasn't looking for it, didn't know that it was there. And then when I tried to go back to find it later, it was not there. I was trying to find a legendary blueprint, and I went back, I could not find it. So I had to reset, and that took 20 hours to the point where that was my last save that I had, was 20 hours apart. I just kept saving over the main one. Another main thing, save often. You don't got to save on the same one, save multiple ones. Different things in your game, different things you want to change, whatever it may be. Save often is another big tip. Saving often is very important. You do not have to suffer like I did. Thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions, did I miss anything, let me know. We'll add it to the next video. Hope to see you guys there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.